catches. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? I know we're running a little bit late, but that just means we're busy, and being busy is being good. Because if we're not busy, then we're not moving. And if we're not moving, we're just sitting around thinking of stuff that we could do, but we're too lazy to do it. But we were busy, and thus why we showed up now. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the show that is watched by ones of tens. I know. It's a good thing. Eventually, we're going to hit that 3-digit mark. It's going to be amazing. Hey, it's me, Erik. I do not take my notes from terrorists because I don't negotiate with them in any way, shape, or form. Zieba, I'm going to get a rise out of the guest today. Eventually, I will. She was the one that was the busy one, not me. I was busy too, but not busy as the individual to my left. We have a good show for you today. Obviously, we have a live show. We got someone in the studios. Someone agreed to come in. Someone messed up and said yes. I'm just kidding. Relax. Eventually, it's going to work. It'll work. But hey, welcome to Cochise County Veteran-Owned Business Thursday at 5. Hi, it's me, Erik Z. And today, like I said, we got a good show for you. Somebody new in the studio. Somebody new that is ready to share her business with everyone. She's been around for a little bit, but just in case you haven't heard of her, I'm going to let her introduce herself, give a little brief intro, and let her say hello to everyone.
Hi, my name's Nikole Brown. I own Tailtopia. I'm the reason we were late because dogs had other things that they wanted to do instead of cooperating. So I own a pet facility. We do boarding, grooming, daycare, and training. And I am a veteran. I retired after 25 years in the Army. I started my career in 1991 as a mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
88 Mike?
No, 63 Juliet.
Oh, okay.
They changed it. Quartermaster and chemical repair.
Okay.
So I did a lot of water purification units and fuel tankers.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember you guys very well.
Yeah.
In the field? Yeah, I do.
In the field, in the air, we did a lot on the airfields too.
Yes.
So I did a lot of work. I did 10 years active duty doing that.
Okay.
Then me and my husband were dual military, so I decided to take a step back so he could do his career. He was with the White House Communication Agency.
Okay.
So I got out and I joined the reserves. I did 5 years in the reserves while my husband was active. And I changed my MOS and became a 35 Mike. Human intelligence.
Okay.
During that time, I went to school and became a veterinary technician.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went and got a bachelor's degree in biology and environmental science. And because we were in Maryland, I decided to go into shelter work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the manager of the Washington DC Humane Society. I was the shelter director. And that's where I really got my love of learning languages, body language.
Right.
So I did a lot to try to save as many as we could and get them off of the euthanization list, and came up with a ton of different articles that were published on animal behavior and modifications to improve life in an animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got called to deploy.
Always fun.
Yeah. So I went to Iraq, spent a year there, and then I came back and I was over my 10-year line. Mm-hmm. And I said, at this point, I'm just going to stay active. My husband got out because we have 3 young kids. They were little at the time, and we felt it's hard being dual military.
Of course.
So he got out. I stayed in, and I did my deployments, worked in the field, and then I became an instructor, which is what brought me here.
To Huachuca in the first place. Okay.
So we came to Fort Huachuca, and then I retired from here. Originally, we weren't planning on staying. I'm not going to lie.
Nobody does.
The weather's gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
I couldn't give up the weather. My parents had moved to Phoenix. My brother and his kids had moved to Phoenix. So it was far enough away from the family where they couldn't pop in, but close enough where I could have a relationship with my nieces and nephews. because you don't know them when you're military. It's hard to get
Exactly.
that relationship. So, once I got here, I decided that I wanted a safe place to leave my animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do a lot of traveling, and I shopped around, and I couldn't find anywhere where I would leave my personal pet, that I felt comfortable leaving my pets.
Right.
So I decided I'll build my own place.
Okay.
And
that's where you're at today.
That's where I'm at today. So we've been there 8 years, and lots of lessons learned along the way, but we're growing every single year.
8 years, Tailtopia.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you located?
1601 South Wardle.
Okay.
So it's a little bit hard to find. Once you find it, you won't miss it. But it is literally on the other side of the wash behind Papa John's.
Oh, okay.
So to get there, it's almost across the street from here.
Mm-hmm.
To get there, you turn on Hazen Road where they sell the wooden storage buildings. And Dairy Queen.
Okay, the sheds and stuff.
The sheds.
Right.
Right there in Dairy Queen, you turn down that dirt road,
Okay.
go to the end, bang a right, and we're at the end of the road.
Okay. So, and you said, what do you offer again over there?
So we have boarding,
mm-hmm.
dog and cat boarding, and small animal boarding. We also do potbelly pigs. We do get them in occasionally.
We are in the area for it, so it's not a big surprise, but still.
Yeah, I was surprised the first one, but we've had several since. We do get lots and lots of rabbits and birds.
Mm-hmm.
We do cats. Then we do doggy daycare for those people who work.
Right.
So we have the doggy daycare, and we have grooming services.
Okay, grooming just for dogs and cats, or for all the animals?
Grooming for dogs and cats.
Okay.
Oh, and we offer in-home services. So we don't stay overnight with your pets,
mm-hmm.
but we do farm animals and regular pets, but we'll come and do walks, change litters, feed, medicate, stuff like that, or just a welfare check on them.
I was doing a Facebook search on Tailtopia. It looks like you have a real nice area on the outside, and I know I saw this one reel, I guess it was Circus Day.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all the animals dressed up. I saw one pup dressed up in a lion's mane. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, so we offer different activities. So we do every holiday, we do photos.
Mm-hmm.
The big holidays, we do photos for our boarding guests and our daycare guests. We also do birthday parties for our dogs.
Okay.
And like on Christmas, we do Christmas stockings, we do Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving, the dogs board and get Thanksgiving dinner. And then each month we have a different event. So we're doing St. Patty's now. So the dogs in doggy daycare will have a St. Patty's Day party.
Okay.
So it's all structured activities.
Maybe even, and I'm just guessing, spitballing here, create some doggy treats or whatever with some type of St. Patrick's Day type of theme to it.
We did. So one year, which I'm hoping we'll do again, is we actually had a table and we put little cups with different types of broth, vegetable broth, beef broth, chicken broth, and we colored them different colors.
Okay.
And then we had a dog party where they were out drinking.
Oh.
And nice. They would run up and they would pick which one of the drinks they liked the best.
I'm sure those are pretty nice picks, especially for the couple, whoever owns the animal. It's like, oh, that looks great.
They do. And then we do arts and crafts with them, so they get little pictures to go home with them and everything.
How many animals is there a set limit of how many animals you could have in the shelter at one time?
Not a shelter.
I'm sorry, not a shelter, but a
facility.
A facility. Facilities, much better.
So we can accommodate about 100.
Okay.
But that's spread out over different things. So we have 24 indoor-outdoor pet suites. We have 12 that are standard size and 12 that are deluxe.
Okay.
The deluxe is just 1.5 feet wider. Those are all climate controlled and they're indoor-outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
And then those dogs have outdoor play yards that we turn them out into about 4 to 5 times a day. Then we have the cat boarding.
Mm-hmm.
We have 8 cat condos that can hold 2 same family cats at a time. And then we have a couple special boarding programs. So for our senior dogs, we actually have these large playpens set up in our lobby because they need extra care and extra medication so we can watch them all the time. So we have about 4 of those set up. And then in daycare, we can hold 20 dogs on each side. So our daycare dogs can board in our daycare area overnight. And then we have what's called free range boarding.
Okay.
And they stay in the daycare and they sleep on, we have toddler crib mattresses.
Mm-hmm.
And the dogs all just sleep on the crib mattress at night. And then in the morning, they go out and play. And then they sleep on the mattress. They're not confined in any way.
When someone brings over their pet to the facility, is there like a pre-interview type phase? I mean, and I say this in reference to in case the pet comes in there is a little timid or whatnot, trying to get, lack of a better term, acclimatized or more adapted to this other animals around.
Depends on the service.
Okay.
If they're going into a boarding suite, they don't. We do not the military. We do law enforcement dogs there.
Okay.
So we've had those along with people's personal pets. We have dogs that have possession aggression, different type of aggression issues that, they're not good daycare dogs. Not all dogs are good daycare dogs. So they have their own little areas that they go out into individually. If you want your dog in group play, then they do have to go through an interview process with us.
Okay. What are your hours?
We are staffed 24/7.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we are the only facility that is 24/7. Now, we're not open necessarily 24/7. Monday through Friday, we're open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 9 to 5. Sunday, 1 to 5. We close for lunch every day from 11:30 to 12:30.
But there's always somebody there to care for the pets just in case one might need something.
Not only just that, I thought about it like this. We're an hour and a half from the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of death in my family a few years ago, so it changed the way I thought about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
My family is back on the East Coast. So when you get a call in the middle of the night and you got to get up to Tucson and you got to go quickly, and your soonest flight you can get is 5 a.m, but you have animals.
Mm-hmm.
You can call us and we'll be there. All we do is unlock the door.
Oh, very nice.
So it's a little extra fee.
Right.
But there's someone there all the time. My evening staff does take lunch. So if they're on their dinner break, they may take an hour. But if you ever have an emergency, you can drop off at any time. If you're one of our daycare clients and you're in a membership, you're available to use it 24/7. So we have doctors and professionals, whatever, military.
Mm-hmm.
Military who work PT 5:30 in the morning, and sometimes they may not get off till 1800 at night. They can drop off before PT and pick up after final formation, and there's no extra fees for that.
Okay. You said you have memberships.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what does this membership entail?
There's different programs. It's like a gym membership.
Mm-hmm.
So you sign up for daycare. You can come in individually if you like, just day by day. Or it's cheaper if you say, hey, I want my dog to come 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the first of the month, you pay for the whole month's membership and you get added benefits.
Okay. Such as
24/7.
Right.
Ability to use. You get a free nail trim a month. Guaranteed pictures. So there's so many different memberships. It just depends on what care and how many times you want to bring your pet. And so say you want to do a membership that's 2 days a week, but you have 2 dogs and you only need it 1 day a week.
Mm-hmm.
They can share that membership.
Okay. Well, that's nice. You said you were in Maryland before, and you were with the Humane Society.
Washington DC.
Washington DC. I'm sorry. And then you deployed, but eventually you became a instructor, and which brought you to Huachuca.
Mm-hmm.
When you came to Huachuca, and you said you wanted to continue your mission and eventually create what is now Tailtopia. And I ask this in case for people who are watching that may eventually down the road going, that's a great idea. That's a good blueprint to kind of follow or template. How was it going about trying to find an area of what you wanted?
So I always knew I wanted to do animals.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't sure which way I wanted to go. I really didn't want to go back into shelter work. Compassion fatigue it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hard job. I didn't want to go back into veterinary and medicine. So like I said, I enjoy caring for other people's pets. I mean, the whole time I was in the military, I was caring for. I watched everyone, all of my soldiers. I watched their pets. I was the pet person. So my husband's like, if I'm going to have a house full of all your soldiers' dogs, why don't we make money doing it?
Right.
So it's kind of how it went. And I decided to go to the Boots to Business class.
Okay.
And that put me in touch with the Small Business Development Center here in town. They hooked me up with everything I need. We found the land. We got a bank. The bank helped me find the land.
Outstanding.
The bank helped me find a great contractors and all of this other stuff, and we built it from ground up.
Oh, that is good. Nice that bank was able to help out and find you a perfect place that suited all your needs.
It does, because in the city you can't necessarily have outdoor play by a lot of the city guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually in a little pocket in the city that's county zoned.
Outstanding.
So we were able to navigate some of the rules of the city that way.
With Tailtopia, does your business take part in any type of festivals or activities like dogs in the park or anything of that nature?
We do dogs in the park.
Okay.
Or any other the animal things going on. We usually get invited to and we participated. We also work with we do work with the shelter and the rescue. We do a lot of free groomings. We have partnerships, like if you adopt a dog, you can come do a free DIY wash with us if you want and get a free nail trim. We have free daycare for dogs who are in the foster program that need a little bit more socialization. They can come and do daycare with us. And we have discounted rates for all of that too.
Okay. You got any short-term, long-term goals going out there? Anything you're looking towards the future?
I always wanted to expand,
but
I changed my mind. I like the fact that I'm small enough that I know my clients. I was offered an opportunity to build on another military installation.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I just want to stay small. I like knowing my dogs and knowing my clients. And if I go too big, I would lose that.
And actually, that's a good thing. I mean, you get those individuals looking at it from a different way, like going, I want to get bigger. I want to do more things. I get more, that. But if you're smaller, then you're more user-friendly. You'll be able one-on-one, and builds up a trust and confidence as opposed to, we'll let so-and-so take care of this, so-and-so. I mean, you're right there on spot.
Yeah, I mean, I love my clients, and, there's some dogs I'm super close to, and, the dog was at the end and the owners were nice enough to let me come to their house to be there with them to say goodbye to the dogs. Like, it's just a very much different relationship we have with our clients.
So with all the pets that you've had there, and you said you've had dogs, you've had cats, pot-bellied pigs, rabbits, birds, has there been anything unique? Anything like maybe someone tried to bring a horse or a donkey, or I've seen turkeys run on Huachuca. I've seen some others run around. So is anything just out of the ordinary maybe?
Okay, so nothing out of the ordinary the clients have brought, but my customers know me, and I'm out of the ordinary. And I brought my baby cow.
There you go.
He was sick, and he hung out in the lobby. And one of my clients, who has a Great Dane, gave me a bunch of the sweaters because the cow had double pneumonia. Mm-hmm. And so the sweaters went from the Great Dane to my little baby cow.
That's good.
So they see weird things, but it always comes. I have a farm, so it always comes from me.
Hey, that's pretty good. How was the size from a Great Dane to a cow?
They were the same size.
Wow.
Yeah. The cow came home in the backseat of my daughter's car.
That's good.
We're not even going to get there.
Any final thoughts before we go head out for the day? Not
that I can think of. I just love to see more veterans and military, and I'd love for you to come check out our facility. See if we can help you. See if you like what we have to offer, and if it fits your needs.
Check out the facility, take a tour, meet up with Nikole or any of her staff, see all the special guests that are there at Tailtopia. She's been around for 8 years. She's looking to expand. A little bit.
Little bit.
A little bit. She still keeps that circle kind of small, but be sure that you get the best customer satisfaction, because
if not, call me.
She'll bring her cow.
I'll bring the cow.
She'll bring the cow. Thank you very much, Nikole, for coming by for a few minutes. I do appreciate it. Always nice to have someone new on the show, just to show how much veterans are out there helping other veterans, and the service you provide at your facility for boarding, dog grooming, nail clippings, and just pure enjoyment with other playmates. That's outstanding.
Thank you.
And that is going to do it for today. It's short, sweet, straight to the point, but believe me, very educational, and you learned a lot. And hey, definitely go check out Tailtopia. If you have a pet, it's worth it. That's going to do it for this week. Come back next week, where we will be back at our regularly scheduled time, 5 o'clock, because I'm not closing anymore. I'm done. Yeah, those days are still around. 23 years, I can't escape it. We'll be back at 5. We got another special guest, another first timer. So stay tuned, and we will see you next week. Until then, from the Rising Eagle Studios here at Warrior Healing Center in beautiful Cochise County, Sierra Vista, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.